Welcome back to the shop. Andrew here, and today I'm working on the worst truck ever. Well, probably not the worst truck ever. In my last video, I was working on the windshield wipers and the taillights, and instead of doing a little bit of troubleshooting, my dumbass just decided to buy a bunch of parts, or just one part that cost like 80 bucks, and thought that would fix it. Unfortunately, that did not fix the problem with the wipers or the taillights. So after a little bit of research, I went and did a little bit of troubleshooting. I finally figured out what was wrong with the windshield wipers, and I actually got that fixed. We're going to look at that in a minute. And I found out why the taillight slash blinkers on the driver's side isn't working, and I got the fix in a box that's right behind me. So let's go take a look at this truck, and I'll tell you what was wrong with the wipers, and then we're going to fix the taillights. So we are under the hood of my 99K 3500 here, and this is the wiper motor here. If you can see that, you should be able to see that. But anyways, this is what I should have checked first, because inside this wiper motor is this little thing here. It's called a pulse board. And this is actually what was bad on this wiper motor. And what was bad was this little piece. If we can see this little piece right here. Whatever reason, it broke off. It's supposed to be soldered on down here. It's way up there, so you can just turn it, and it's just breaking more as it turns. So that was the problem. This thing cost like $12, maybe 14 bucks, less than 15 bucks. We'll put it this way with shipping. I ordered it. It's real easy to change. It's just 3 bolts here. There's a bolt in the center, 2 on the side, and then just unplug this plug right here, and this thing pops out. Pop the new one in, plug it in, put three screws back in, and it works fine. The wipers were only working on high, and you had to jiggle the handle, and that's why I thought the multi-switch was bad, because that's what it was last time. But a little bit of research, and I would have known that it was the pulse board, which was about $55, $60 less than what I spent on a new multi-switch that really didn't do anything at all. So that took care of the wipers. Now the tail lights, the blinkers, they work sometimes, sometimes they don't. So we're going to turn this truck around, and I'm going to show you what the problem is with the tail lights, and then we're going to fix the tail lights and the blinker on the driver's side. This is the driver's side tail light here, and I got it removed. And this is the plug that goes in, and the tail light's laying right here. And this is where the plug goes in, right there. So what we got to do on this is a 99. This is different than other ones, than older ones. It's got this whole piece here that bolts on up there and bolts on right there, and that piece comes out, and that's where the bulbs are connected. So I got a driver's side here, and over here on the passenger side, I got the passenger side. We're going to change both of them, just because if one went bad, the other one probably going to go bad too. The lights are out on that one also. And here's a box with supposedly my new parts. I haven't opened it yet. We're going to open it here in 1 second and double check, make sure all the parts are the same. And then we're going to replace this piece right here. So this box came last week sometime, I don't know. It came through UPS, and usually when I get stuff through UPS or FedEx or the postal service, I usually beat the shit out of it. But actually this one doesn't look bad at all. So we're going to open this up and make sure all the parts that we got are the right parts. Alright. So the first thing we got, maybe the only thing we got, is new tail lights. So this is for the, let's see here, dun, 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 dun. This one's got to be the, doesn't really say it, but I'm guessing this is the driver's side. It's already got your piece in it, and I'm assuming there's already bulbs in there. So all I got to do is take this thing, plug it in, and screw it back into the truck itself. So we got two of these bad boys. We got a driver's side and a passenger side, if I can get the back off. And a passenger side. Yeah, something like that. Which look way better than the old one. This is the old one here, and this is the new one. So the old one's definitely faded and foggy looking. The new one looks a lot better. I'm gonna pull these things off and make sure the bulbs are in there, and make sure the bulbs ain't blowed or anything like that. I don't want to put them all together and then it not work because the bulbs are messed up, or there's no bulbs in there at all, which is possible. I don't know if it comes with bulbs or not. This is the right side. It would be the passenger side. This is the left side. So let me get them backs pulled off. We'll make sure everything's good to go. I got my 2 sets of lights, of tail lights sitting here. And the one thing I like about this, well, the one thing is I did find up on the top here it says left, and on the other one it says right. But the other thing I like about these, or maybe I won't like it, but these ones got the square head, like a socket end on it, and these ones got the Phillips heads on it. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But anyways, we're going to pull this off real quick, and I'm going to just double check to make sure it's got bulbs in there. I would assume that they came assembled and it's got bulbs in it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. And if it doesn't have bulbs, then it's not that big of a deal. I'll just take the bulbs out of the old ones because the bulbs are still good in the other one. Let me take this off real quick. And we got bulbs. So that's cool. That is awesome. I probably should take some dielectric grease and put in here. I just don't have none with me right now, so I have to stop at the store and pick some up is what I'm going to have to do. Let's see if I can get this bad boy to go and see what the problem is here. Just the right one? Should be. Should be alright. There we go. And then 2 clips back here, I think. There we go. And these things slide in right there. And then just 2 screws. The new taillights are installed. Everything went together as it should. It looked really good. So now the last thing I got to do is check to see if it actually fixed anything. So let me go start this thing up, and we'll check out the blinkers, the brakes, the reverse, and everything like that. So we're good on tail lights. Check out the blinker. This is the blinker on this side. So this was the blinker that wasn't working. Left side, right side, I mean. Good to go over there. Brake lights, are they working? How about reverse? Reverse working? I guess the last thing we need to talk about is how I came up with the idea that this piece was the piece that was bad. So I tore this apart, and if you look at this center lug here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but if you look at the center and then you look at the other two, This one looks like it's all rusty and stuff, like water had got in there, and that could have been the problem. But you can also see some kind of, it's not water because it's not wet out, but there's like a waxy something that like melted. So I'm thinking that somewhere in between these three they're shorting out, because what would happen would I'd be driving down the road, if I turned the headlights on, the blinker wouldn't work. If I turned the headlights off, the blinker would work, but the brake lights wouldn't work. So it's kind of like, I got the idea after seeing this like waxy substance, because I took the passenger side off and it didn't have it, and it was working fine. So I'm thinking, I don't know, something got hot, overheated, melted. Somehow or another, these three are shorting out with each other. When you turn ones on, it affects the other ones, or something to that effect. So I'm just assuming that this thing shorted out somehow. I'm not exactly sure how, but that was my solution, and that seemed to be the problem, because when I put the new one in, it is working fine now. And since I figured one went bad, I figured, you know, what the heck, change both of them. And then with these lights being all faded and everything like they are, you could have probably cleaned them up, but for the price that I think I spent like 45 bucks on this whole setup. 45 bucks, you really can't beat it for replacing taillights, whatever this thing's called, and getting new bulbs, all for 45 bucks. So can't really argue with that too much. Okay guys, that's going to do it for putting new taillight assemblies on my 99K 3500. Now like I said, I changed that pulse board in the wiper motor, and that fixed my wipers, which I probably should have done to begin with. Checked, did a little bit of research and did some troubleshooting. And then I got them new assemblies with everything for like 45 bucks. It might have been more than that, I don't remember. It's been a couple weeks ago since I ordered them. But it was way cheaper than that multi-switch would have been. The only thing I haven't fixed is my cruise control, and I really haven't even looked into it that much. The cruise control did work. When I first got the truck, it didn't work, and I put the new multi-switch on. When I put the new multi-switch on, the cruise control worked again. Now it's not working again. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to have to do to get that working. But that's going to require a lot more research. And then whenever I figure that out, maybe we'll make a video of me fixing my cruise control. We'll wait and see. But that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, there's links in the description below. Like this video, share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another.